Good evening, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Pink Girly. It is Tuesday evening. How about that? October 7th. Woo! And I'm a little behind the 8 ball, I think, for seasonal projects, but I'm going to forge ahead anyway. I have just become so attached to digital files and printing digital images on this presentation paper. I just can't seem to stop myself. Hello, Candy. Good evening, my sweet friend. How are you feeling today? Is your day okay? Hey, there's Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome in. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on and off today. Yesterday and today, I just feel like we're a wash for me. I mean, I got maybe a little bit of, you're in the balcony. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So I didn't really get anything accomplished, if you will. Well, that's very sweet. Thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. So, it is what it is, right? So I'm just going to show you what I've been working on. I don't think this is a new idea, but I don't know. Hi, Pam, I need your address. If you send it to me, I have not found it because I was just cleaning up the dung heap here. And Stacy May, hi, good evening. Nice to see you. And I found the nails I want to send you. I thought, oh, geez, I haven't sent those yet. So I need your address. So, well, we're busy and you are very busy. So I just wanted to push out a reminder there because I'd really like to send these to you if you'd like. Okay. And you can do Facebook. That's fine too. I just didn't know where you might most likely be to see a reminder. So I thought if you popped in, I'm going to mention it. So that's cool. All right. So I have been printing digitals, and I think while some of you are starting to filter in and come in, instead of going right to what I'm going to work on tonight, I'm going to show you some digitals I've been printing. Okay. And that'll kind of be a warm up, if you will. So if you're watching the replay of this, you might want to scoot ahead about 5-10 minutes or so. 10 minutes ago. All right, I'm going to put my little protective work surface thingy down here. I guess it really doesn't help with the glare, but now I have been printing like a crazy person, and I cannot figure out my printer. It just a little while back, Debbie Epps had said, hey, Ange, good evening. She said you could print an image several times on a page, which I didn't really think about that. So this is white, so I don't know that white's the best way to. Well, let's see. I'm going to do an example. I'm going to try to do an example. Oh, this might be better. All right, so this is something I printed, right? So this is a regular 8.5 by 11. So when you buy digitals, in most cases, you can print the 8.5 by 11. And some of them will say half page. Okay, so that means it's going to print half of my page. Okay, so when I open up the digital file and I'm going to print it, one of my printer options gives me the opportunity to say how many of this image I want to print on this surface. So if I want to print 2, it cuts it in half. It prints one here and prints one here. And if I say 4, then I get 4. But sometimes when I open up the file, it doesn't give me that option. So it might just print one image. Like this is my first example. I said to print 2. Now, sometimes it will give me 2, which is really, this is really 2. But if I put in 4, it doesn't do 1, 2, 3, 4. It leaves this half of the page blank. So now I just was fussing around and I got one of these to print where it printed on this side. Then I put it in hoping to print down here, but when it came out, it was printed on the back, which is fine. And then I put it in again because, see, this paper is not cheap, so I hate to just cut this, and waste this half of the paper. So I'm trying to figure out how to print on that bottom half when the printer doesn't give me the option. Do you need to know all this? No. Angie has a question. Do you all want one color or mixed color bowls? Angie, I don't think there's a right answer to that, sweetie. I think you should just let your creative juices flow and just do what you feel like doing. Everybody has different choice, different tastes, and once they see the bowls, somebody's going to like it. Somebody's going to like whatever you do. So I think both is a good answer. I think hey, Kellyanne, just do whatever your creative spirit moves you to do. And I think they all will be well received, if I'm perfectly honest, my dear. All right, so let me show you some of what I've printed out. Now, I've been trying to print smaller to do smaller projects because I just like this. I like the smaller size. These, however, are not smaller because I couldn't deal with the fussing around anymore. So let me just show you some of these because I think the images are really cool. Now, I'm really not a Halloween person per se. Oh, that would be nice, Pam. In this case, I really don't think it's me. I think it's my printer, and I don't see any other options, but I am certainly open to that. So that would be wonderful. So I'm just going to just kind of walk through some of these, I think, just to show you. But I do like the contrast of colors. I do like, the kind of gothic, eerie kind of a look. I don't want to wreck these. I got my smoothie sitting here. It's getting all sweaty. But aren't some of these images really cool? Oh, you know what? I didn't look up the Etsy shop, but I'll do that. One of them is Pixie something fairy tale. I don't know. You know what? I'll get it. I will get it. And I will put it in my description box. Why do I not remember this? I should have a checklist. And of course, I'd have to remember where the checklist is. Hey, Cynthia, good evening. Welcome in. Look at this. Woo! Aren't they cool? So now, of course, this side is blank, which I'm going to. Now, this I was showing Jacqueline earlier. This is a white haunted house. Have you ever? I would like to color this so badly. But there again, I feel like I should be able to print like a color book style, but on my printer's old. I think it prints very well for as old as it is, but it really is old. So, and I don't think I'm going to get a new printer anytime soon. Look at these. Now, if I print this on regular copy, geez, I'm not thinking of the word, printer paper, it doesn't look like this. Okay. Me too, Stace, right? So this side, I'm probably going to coffee stain and then decorate, make pockets and whatnot. At least that's the plan. I could have double side printed these, but then I'm thinking, that's really kind of heavy for both sides. So, and I did trim off a white rim, which I can't seem to get rid of. Look how pretty this is. Now, I'm sure these are all AI generated, right? I might have two of this. I'm not sure if I did. Oh yeah, look at these guys. Look at that. And that looks like a what do you call stovepipe? Um oh, what do you call those kinds of stoves, in the olden days? They used to have them in their cabins. My dad had one down in our basement, and I can't think of the name of it. Oh yeah, yeah, they are kind of steampunky. Yeah, yeah. Now I have some printed where it's Christmas images like snowmen and stuff. Yeah, a wood burning potbelly stove. Yeah, yeah, both of those work, right? Of course, it's not the word that's in my head, but you know what? A pellet stove. Yeah, that works too. My friends had the pellet stove. Um, I'll have to check with my sisters. My dad called it something, and it wasn't those. But aren't these cool? So, of course, this is going to make a bigger journal. So I have these trimmed out, ready to fold, and then I'm, stitching them together. So then some of my images I was able to print the way I wanted them to, where they ended up like this. Although this would be turned around and, right side up. And so what I did was I trimmed these out to make a smaller book. Now, when I printed them, I didn't leave any uncut. I know, it was silly. They printed out further. So I just cut them in half, and then I was going to fold them to make a journal. So I'm going to jump right in. So if you're just joining in, welcome, welcome. And this is not finished, but this is kind of the direction I'm going. So I'm thinking about, for a cover for these journals, not to really be a cover, so to speak, but maybe a wrap, more like a mummy kind of a look, which probably would be very annoying, but this is what I'm thinking. So here are some different images, and I'm just going to walk us through. Now, these are pockets. So this is a top loading pocket. This is a side loading pocket. Now, of course, they're all very white inside, which I'm not crazy about that. And probably had I thought about it a little more, would have adjusted that some way. So it's a very small journal. These are all pockets. But I just put this together a little while ago, and I was trying to determine how I wanted to do this with what I had to work with. Now, bricolage means working with what you have available. And a lot of times I connect that word to like what's in my stash. Now, of course, these digitals weren't in my stash. I purchased them, right? Maybe a Franklin stove, Stacy. That might be it. That seems most familiar to me at this point. A Franklin stove. Maybe a potbelly stove or something. There's a certain word my dad and my grandmom used to use. My grandmother had one in what we called our gazebo. And my dad had one down in our basement because there was like no heat down there. And if we wanted to go down and watch TV or whatever, he, could heat the room. So I'm going to show you how I put this together. So I have other things that I've printed off and I've trimmed them out. And then once I show you how I put this together, I'm going to come back to this and maybe start working with it a little bit. And okay, cool. Yeah, okay, thanks, Stacy. That's cool. Hey, Joyce, good evening. Yeah, yeah, I know my dad used to say Franklin stove, but he might have just said potbelly. All right, so this is not rocket science. And like I said, people have probably done this before and probably a lot better, but this is just what I did. Now, the trick is to find my other images that I had cut out and ready to use for tonight. That's always a little harder than I think. Do, 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 do. So I keep moving things around. Oh, don't tell me I did this again. This is just, I've been printing like a crazy person. Now I want to use, so maybe they're under here. They are, here they are, here they are. Okay, that I'm not going to use. All right, so this is how they print on my page with this particular kit. Like I said, I will put the kit in my description box. So all I did was I took 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not really worrying about the images at this point. I have several more sets here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do. So all I did was print them, cut them out, and then I'm folding them like they would be just like a page. And they're not necessarily going to be folded some are going to be the opposite way. So I'm just going to fold back and forth. Okay. Now, once I go to get decorating and all that jazz, I'll worry about inking the edges and what else I might do to these. But for now, I just printed them and I'm just folding them in half. Now, this is just how it printed out when I put in 2 per page, which is really 4 per page. I just don't understand it. Now I want these to be a little somewhat flexible, so that's why I'm folding. Now I can put these on my scoreboard too, right, and get a really nice crease, but I didn't. But I could. Now, I think you probably could just stitch these all the way and make them solid all the way around, but I was thinking, oh, pockets might be fun. So I just took 1 image, folded it in half, and then I'm taking a second one, and I'm putting them inside of each other like this. All right, so I thought, oh, well, that's cute, but I want to attach other ones in there, and then I wanted to make pockets. So I thought, well, what if I put another one in here? So then I just took another set and put that in there, and then the same back here. This guy will have to be folded this way, and I put it in there like this. And then I wanted to attach them together to make pockets, or I could have just, put them around. This is to avoid printing on double sides. Basically, I thought about doing a concertina and I just couldn't get my brain to work. So then what I did for this one was I went to my sewing machine, and not everyone has a sewing machine. And I guess you could maybe glue this together or use elastic bands or maybe just hand stitch it together. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. But what I did was I took my first section and I stitched just like that. And I tried to get as straight as I could, which was not really very straight. It's not exactly on the spine, but I'm sure you'll do better than me. It's Patty here. Hello, Patty. So, all right, so I stitched there, and then when I flip this page over, oops, let's go back here to where I have 2 white pages. I popped in another one, opened it up, lined it up the best way I could. Now, see, the 1 page is already stitched in. Put it under my zipper foot, not my zipper foot, under my sewing machine foot, and just stitched again down there. And then I came back here to where I had more white blankness, added my last page in, stitched here. So then they were all stitched in, and then I just came and stitched down. Well, I started this way. This way. Stitched, turned it, and stitched here. No, I didn't do that. I'm lying to you. Stitched here and stitched here to make a top loading pocket. Then they were all stitched in. This one, I think I made a side loading pocket. So I put this under my machine because it's real bendy and flexible. I could flatten it out like this, and I stitched here and I stitched here. So are you confused yet? Hey, Brenda. Then this would be stitched in. Just determined what way I wanted my pocket to go, determined how I would stitch it. Again, it was real easy to lay this out flat. So I just pulled these back and then just stitched here, up here. And then I did the same with the last one. So then they're all pockets. Now there's not that many pages. And then I just came through and I just trimmed. Well, I'm getting more like that every day, Ange. My comfort zone is being in a state of confusion. So I was wondering about how badly they would buckle, but see, it's not too bad. There's probably a better way to do it, but this is just the way I did it. Thanks, Kel. Now, I could have put this in a regular cover, but I just wanted something really different and something that really looks kind of, these have to be trimmed, kind of funky. So let me walk you through it again. So I take my four images. Let's see, that has to be trimmed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are just little fun journals, I think. Fun little journals. And to me, they're kind of like a Goldilocks size. Not too big, not too small, but just right. And of course, I could add things in and glue things on. I didn't trim these out so well. That one could be trimmed too. You know, I personally am not a journal writer, you know, where I'm writing and everything. Hey, Amy. Hi, Jessie. Hello. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Welcome in, everyone. So you can see where I didn't trim that real well. Aren't the images cool? I will get the name of this set. I could really go look real cute. Hey, Zena, good evening. Because I like pockets and tuck spots and stuff like this. Now, they're all pockets, right? And I really would like to have some smaller images, but like I said, I haven't. Now, I could drop this file into my Adobe program that I use. I use Adobe Express to create my thumbnails. That's mostly what I use it for, but there's other stuff I can do in that program. It just takes time, and I didn't take the time to do it. So having some smaller images or postage size images would be really fun, I think. Now this I might just think, what do I want for my front cover? Oh, he's cool, but he's the wrong way. Oh, the clock might be nice. All right, so I'm going to take my clock image, just fold it in half. And then I'm going to take another image and pop it inside. See, and then I have these two. Hey, Peggy, good evening. Halloween's your favorite? This one's going to have to fold this way, so I'll put it in there. And then turn towards the back where I have the white spots. And this little guy has to go this way. And there we have another one. And these are going to be, I think, pockets. So then I'm going to come in here. going to pull out my other pages, and I'm going to stitch right down here. Okay. Turn the page, pop in my other page, and stitch right down here. Same thing. Pop it in, line it up, stitch. And then I'm going to come back and make my pockets. Now, you don't have to make pockets. You could decorate these white pages if you want, print some more of your digitals and put them on. Coffee stain them, stamp them, paint them with acrylic paint. You could do a host of things. I just chose to make pockets. So if I was doing the same thing, now this is stitched. We're using our imagination, ladies. I'm going to put this in my sewing machine under the little foot. Pocket. Next one. I would flip this back so I can sew flat. Zip here, and you've got a pocket this way. Now it's all stitched, so it makes it easier. So then you're going to do the next set to make a pocket. This one, you got to just put it under your foot the way, that works for your brain. Which for me is probably this way. Or I might flip it over. This makes better sense to me. So then once you get all your pages attached, now I'm assuming you could glue them as well. But that would be another book. So that's what you end up with this. See, I've got a little side pocket. Now I probably, on these other ones, will treat the back side. Because see, I'm not thrilled about that pocket. When you open it up, it's all white. I might want to knock that back a little. I want to knock that back a little bit. All right. So now I want to decorate these pages. Now I do have another set. Now these are several digital kits, okay? So I don't remember which ones are which, but let's just, let me just follow through and finish off these last ones that I printed. I love that teapot. I think the images are just so cool. Oh, I love the owl. Where do you see the owl on the typewriter? Look at the owl on the piano, on the piano. My grandmother would say piano. A fox in a tub, nothing like a good old fox in a tub. And then we've got the skeleton having a beer. All right, I might want that owl for my cover on this one. So I'm going to take my owl, put this in here. And then I'm going to put that in there. Go to the back. And this would turn opposite this way. You like the owl too, Aunt? Yeah, me too, Aunt. So same thing. And you just go and stitch your pages together and then stitch your pockets. Or if you want a solid page, just stitch them together. So the way this printed out, this measures 4 by maybe 5.5. So it's a nice size for a little fun journal. All right. So now I have several of these to put together. I'm going to put those aside. And I want to decorate and fuss around with this, I think, for the rest of our time together this evening, if you will, humor me. See, now some of See, that's not good. I don't want that white stuff. And I don't want to be able to see white here too. So there's going to be some inking involved. But for right now, I'm going to just trim off some of this whiteness. Now, with this being a Halloweeny, kind of uh, darker goth or whatever kind of a book, I'm not too worried about straight lines and everything being matchy, perfect. Okay? I really tear the edges if I wanted to. Why do you do anything? Because it's yours, right? Freedom of creation. And this is not. Trimming that off a little bit. Now, this is my front page, so I don't really want to see that white. And I'm not sure. I'm not ready to cut those strings off yet. I'll just see what happens. Now, of course, if I had treated the white side of these before I put them together, that white wouldn't stick out as much. But I didn't want to fuss too much either, if I'm honest. So now I'm going to get out some black ink and ink my edges and make the edges a little darker than what they are. Now, somewhere I have my little, oh, there it is. I'm hoping one of my black inks are juicy enough to do this without me having to re-ink. Now, I stitch mine with red thread because that's what I had in my machine. And, I'm okay with that. I probably could have switched out and put black in, but I didn't. I didn't do it. There's my hubby inch says. Oh, who knew? It's not getting as dark as I like. Okay, let's see. I want to put something underneath a piece of scrap paper. That's a hard thing to find sometimes in your craft areas. Whoa. So I want to get a little, can you see that? I want to get a little more contrast and some, I mean, maybe the vintage photo would be just fine. I just was thinking black. Now you could also, if you wanted to, put a little divot, like a little finger index cut out there. I decided not to do that. And I pulled out some, where did I put those? Some blank tags that I can decorate and put in these pockets. I would not. I bought these. These are cheap ones, I guess. I just got them on Amazon. You got, I don't know how many for a couple of bucks. Don't do it. I have you in stitches. Look, this is like, I haven't hardly used this. Now, ideally, if I would tell you this, do I have one of them? Yeah, this. Like if you have an ink box like this, an ink stamp pad like this, but this is, I don't know if you can tell, this is like a sponge. Can you see that texture? This is cheaper. This is like a linen kind of a surface that the ink sucks into. Can you see the difference? This is like an automatic inker. Now, I haven't done it in a while. Oh, yeah, baby. Look. Look how fast. That's what I'm talking about. But it doesn't work with that linen type of stamp. Oh, I wasn't live? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't keep up if I'm not live. All right. See, but that white, it's just hard to knock that back far enough. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be careful. If you've stitched there, you don't want to cut into your stitches because then your pocket will come apart. Funny how that is. So we all have probably products that we like and we use and things that work for us, but this just to me works like a gem. It's just like works like a charm. Let's do the front again. All right, let's do the back. And then you just put on as much as you want. Now I want to spend some time. What did I do with? Well, I don't have to be in a hurry, right? I think Beth is probably either finished or, hey, Jenny, either finished or she may be finishing up. And I don't think anybody else. I don't know, does anybody else come on late on Tuesday nights until maybe Juju? I don't know everybody's schedule. Or I know Pam will come on. For me, Eastern, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I got time. I got time. As long as I stay awake and stay focused, I'll be good. I'm just trying to, like, you could do this forever, right? Juju and Ginger, okay. Thanks, Ange. So I did print out a couple of bigger images that I'm hoping to use on my, let's see, I'm not crazy about that white there. I should have addressed that. But, I could use a maca. Okay, I love reels. I've mentioned this before. And I've discovered this guy. What's his name? Zeb Day. Oh my gosh, I just love him. I just love him. He does this whole thing. He's from Boston, and he does this whole thing about these cardigans. People send him cardigans, and he takes them to an old folks home, a retirement home, and gives them to the residents, and they love them. Folks like that, and that was my mom. They're always cold. And these old cardigans that people are, donating to Goodwill or whatever, nobody wants. It's a style for those people, the ages that are in these homes. And he just puts the cardigan, even if it's for a lady, he'll put the cardigan on and he's saying, now this cardigan, and he shows you the pieces. And then he gives you like a inspirational idea or tip for the day. He's absolutely adorable. And he loves these older folks. When I stitched that, it didn't get so good. All right, now somewhere here on my messy desk. Oh, I'm trying to break in new slippers. Ooh. And now my left foot is doing good, but my right foot really, really is struggling. All right, so I printed this. And then I printed, see, I've got that one little side pocket. I printed these because I want to see if this will fit in the side pocket of the one. Now I got out little tags. They're not that, they're not little, but Mama Lori doesn't know where she put them. I've got this stuff that I want to maybe use. And then I want to throw a couple of, they're there. I want to throw a couple more ideas at you. I want to throw some ideas at you. So I've got all my stuff stacked up. See, now this is going to fit in my... Thanks, Jenny. This is going to fit in here, right? And then I'll probably put something else in the top because I want that to stick out and be kind of cool. Now, this is my side pocket here. So I was thinking like another little journal kind of thing could go in there. So I'm thinking these little ghosties. These little ghosties. Now, look, this was a happy accident. So I printed and then tried to fuss around. I was trying to print on the bottom and it printed on the back, but it printed right side up. It was like a craft, an art room miracle. Because this old gal is challenged. I'm going to tell you, challenged to the max. So, now this is probably going to be too big. But we can trim a. Let's trim this off right away before I fold it. Aren't these adorable? Oh, I didn't take my sound down. Oh, there she is. She got back to me. Thanks, Pam. I got it. Let me take my sound off. Sound off. I don't know. I'm still not used to this new phone. It's very similar to the old phone, but just enough different to make me crazy. All right, can't get my scissors in there. Oh, that's a great idea. Peggy says glossy accents to make his eyes bug out. What else could I use, Peggy? I have, I think something similar to glossy accents, but it takes so long for it to dry. I never can remember that word, glossy accents. I think this is similar. Hold on, let me show you. Diamond glaze. This is the poor man's version, I think. Diamond glaze. If I had I could put resin on there too. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, is Kel and Jassy are checking on each other? Yeah. Yes, that will work, Peggy says. Okay. Great idea. All right, so I'm just going to fold this in half, but I'm thinking this is still a little too big. Yeah, so I'm going to trim this. Oh, this is the hard part. Let's see. I don't cut so straight. I'm a straight shooter, but not a straight. All right, so let's take some off the bottom. This is working. Hey, it worked. It didn't work for me earlier. Guess I wasn't pushing it down well enough. This is where the thumb index thing was. All right, so that's going to fit. That pleases me greatly. I do say it pleases me greatly. Now, somewhere amongst my debris, I just had. So I'm back to loading stuff in a bag that was on my desk. Let's see if I can make that work. You know, instead of just making this a little, oh, that's cute, make it a little journal. A journal inside of a journal. It's always fun, don't you think? Oh, the kitchen crew's working. I hear them rattling around in the kitchen. Ideally, you probably want that a little smaller. But let's just do it again. She's alive. Our Jacqueline is alive. Her husband is so busy. Those busy little bug. Busy, busy. All right. Let's see. Just have to cut it. I'm just so annoying. Just so annoying. Oh gosh, that even feels good, you know? All right, so I'm going to just open this up and do a little, I could do a little, I wonder if I have any staples in there. I bought this really cool thing. Gosh, I haven't seen this gal in a while. Pam Makes. Oh, there's staples in there. Look, this is so dusty. I haven't used it. She had this really cool thing, and she stapled a little journal together, and I'm like, how did you do that? And she's like, oh, I got this cool thing. I don't even know if they make them anymore. The brand name is Quirky, Quirky, I think that says. It's hard to read. And this just pulls off. Now, I haven't used this in like forever. And I guess you just line that up and hope for the best. No, maybe you do it that way. Oh, that would be smart. Now, you're supposed to be able to staple, in the middle. Peggy! Let's see. I can always take the staple out, right? Oh, I should have stood up. Oh, look. Yeah, I'm off just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's better. I should have flipped it the other way. All right, now I want to put some kind of a tag on here to be able to pull that out easily. This is a tool I haven't used in forever, Pam. By the time we meet and you ask me that question, I will not remember. All right, so in my little container of goodies here, I have just some of this here, seam binding stuff, seam binding tapey stuff. Oh, thank you, Stace. You are amazing. Stacy's got that right there. Quirky. So maybe I'll just put this right here on the edge to make a little, pull out. Val, hi. How you doing, kid? All right, so I've got a messy glue thing. That's like a big booger. Just like a big old booger. Booger. So let's put a little glue. Now, I was working on a project, and then I thought, I can just close this and put it aside. And I'm always telling you guys not to do this, and I did it because this is fabric. I put the glue on. It comes through because it's porous. I glued my pages together. It was a very, very rookie move. So you just have to constantly be aware. So I'm going to leave that sit like that for just a little bit before I pop it in. Pop it in. Now let's get rid of some of my debris. All right, so Now, I plan to get messy in a little while. I'm probably going to have to take a potty break. Okay. I haven't even been on an hour. I think I got a lot done already. I think I already got a lot done. A Halloween trick pocket. Do do do, spooky. My trash can is so full. Tomorrow's trash day. Okay, so I have this available to use. And I still have this available to use. So when I say, oh, I don't know what to use, I got those to use. So now I've got these 3 tags because I got 3. Oh, I did have 3 tags. I've got those other pockets. Did I drop one on the floor? All right. So I have 2. I have more. So what I want to do is I'm going to take these little stringy dingies out. They're very skinny. Oh, I could have used that on my little journal inside the journal. I might want to really, I might want to wait on these a second. So here's one of the things I was going to get messy. Oh, thanks, honey. That Kel, she always is paying attention. Thanks, sweetie. I appreciate that. All right, so there's a 3rd one. All right. So I was thinking about, messing these up a little bit and making them look dingy and cruddy. But I also want to make maybe a couple different ideas for the covers. So if you were here when I first started, kind of, I had this wrapped in some cheesecloth. So I had a couple different ideas for colors, for covers. So let me just go through that. So I had some cheesecloth. Now, not all cheesecloth, we've talked about this before too, is created equal. This is a cheesecloth I have. See how open and eerie it is? And it's nice and it's fun. And it works really well on clusters and stuff. But this is the cheesecloth that Jacqueline sells. Can you see the difference? See how much more solid this is? So this is really cool. You can use this for covers and stuff. Now, Jacqueline purchases hers on Amazon. I got this at the Walmart, and you get a lot. And it's all folded up. It doesn't look like much, but see, then you start peeling it apart, and it's all layered, and it's just this really thin stuff. There's not as much on it, but you still get quite a bit. Okay. So then now this is Jacqueline's cheesecloth that she dyed this fabulous green. And so one of the covers, of course, this would not necessarily be convenient, you know what I mean? But it looks cool. So I just took, it's not even square, it's like 12 by 10, I think. Just kind of folded in a little triangle like a babushka. And put this here, and then I just thought, I'm just going to wrap this around. And just have that kind of a cover. How about that? How about that kind of a cover? And then if I wanted to, you could pin things on here. Now, I don't have too much in the way of Halloween type charms and stuff, but these could be buttons. Yeah, this is Angie's husband right here. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, have the eyes peeking out. Okay. Looks like a mummy. That's what I was going for, Kel. Looking like a mummy. Now, you could do this with fabric too, right? So, okay, so this is my cheesecloth. Of course, this could be longer, but you get the idea, right? So that's kind of fun. You could pin this and you could pin things on here. Now I've got other ideas about that. So let's just Lori's going to try to stay focused for just a moment. Now, I also pulled out this fabric. It was like a square, and then I just ripped it into strips and I stitched it together. And I haven't tried this yet. Whoop, get back, whoop, 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 get back there. These could definitely be thinner, but same basic concept. Look, I've had this red thread is everywhere. Okay, now this I want to try to grunge up and make it look really yucky. But I don't know how that will look, but we're going to find out, kids. We're going to find out. Then, as I'm digging through just my stuff, I found this. Lo and behold, I found this. This, I believe, was like a pillowcase or a runner or something. I took the lace off of it. The butler did it. Doo, doo, doo. Right? So this is like that old linen. It had, you can see where it had a lace around the outside edge, and Mama Lori took it off. So now I'm going to I'm going to make this really narrow. Oh, this stuff just tears like a dream comes through. This is, I got to tell you, that almost could be better than you know what. Okay, it's delightful. Now, I could also, right, stitch this. Say I just stitch it here. And then so you have it in the top corner, and then you just do your wrap. And then wherever you want, you just tuck it. Or you could attach it here, or you could not. Just different ideas. Are you tracking with me here, kids? Are you tracking? But I don't want it this color. I want it to be spooky. So this and this, these two, I like the way they are. These I would like to maybe do something with. So what I have planned, and I don't know that it's going to work as per usual. Now let's do just a few other things. See, look, there's some lace. Oh, look at this. I have no idea where this came from. Look how nice this is. This is like some kind of a piece of ribbon. It's not shindy. I know it's not from my shindy. We'll just call it my shindy collection. Oh, sorry. I got that camera down so low because I haven't figured out how to use the up and down, Now, remember, I have like 4 of these to make, so I need 4 covers. So that could work. I like the green. I love me some green. Now, this is all my different shindy fabric, so I could really pull some of that out, right? So I thought some of this might work for decorating pages, but I also thought lace, not for the cover, but like to decorate some of these pages. But who wants white, right? Hello, Queen Bees DPs. Thanks for coming in. All right, so put the little book back there. This I want to dye. So, so I need my little dish, my little petri dish, if you will. All right, this is just extra jasmine or Taz. All right. So I thought rather than, creating a big mess all over my surface here, it might be good to have it contained. So I just have this little dish and I want to treat this piece and this. And so what I did was I went and pulled out some of my spray thingies. Now these were on my desk. And I don't know that I'll use this. Abandoned coral, probably not. This is a spritz, rusty hinge, maybe. But these are some old things that I have. I bought these in like a lot. Gravel. That sounds like it might work. I've got mustard seed, walnut, cardboard. Red Rocks. This is Plain Jane. This is Tattered Angels. This has a shimmer, a glimmer to it. This is called Suede. And I'm just going to put that fabric in my dish and spritz and see what I come up with. Because I just want it to look, like old and rotted. How's that for a plan? Old and rotted. So I think having this cream colored piece. Now these strings are probably not going to be too helpful, so let's get rid of some of that. I'm going to start with the gravel, and I'm going to get messy. So naked fingers is good. So I'm going to try the gravel first. I don't think you can buy this stuff anymore. I think some of this stuff is like, no longer available. I don't know. I don't even know if it spritzes. Oh, see, now this is more pink. Now, this is probably, this is not permanent, I'm sure, but I'm not worried about that because I'm not going to wash this cover. It's just going to be from a book. Now, I'm not sure this is going to show up too great on this, but let's just give it a go. We can mop it like this too. Clean up on aisle 3. We're just setting the tone for hey zippity doo dah. Rubs ears, y'all call me old and withered. I'm here, old and withered. Yep. I don't feel like I'm so much withered, but I feel withered. Okay, so that's gravel. Let's do the lace. That would be pretty really just by itself, but I think I want it darker. I didn't pull out black, which is probably silly, but I do have walnutto, and of course I've got some peeled paint. Look at this cardboard. Doesn't that look nice and dark and delicious? Let's try it. This definitely has a yellowy hue to it. So what I'm going for is a look of wrappings of a mummy that's been like, in the earth for a while. My daughter used to sing that song, Zippity Doo Dah, when she was about, I don't know, 3. We have her on video somewhere. My dad used to crack up. She just sang to the top of her lungs, Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity A. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. All right, so that's grunging up, okay. I want my book Whoops. Make sure you have the sprayer pointing in the right direction. We're starting to get there. Now, there's always some green, right? Some kind of green, like slime or mold or something like that, right? So let's see. Somewhere in my basket here, I think this is just water, which might help the colors. Here we go. Peeled paint. Oh, I love peeled paint. Peeled paint is not spritzing. It's not spritzing. Well, that looks kind of bright for peeled paint. Oh, that is bright. All right, so we'll just do the dump and pour method. I'm so glad I did not put fingernails on. I'm waiting for my sister sending me some, and I think I've got a set that's kind of, fall. So I'm kind of waiting to put those on. All right, let's get some peeled paint on here. And let's get some on the lace. Oh yeah, I like that. This is starting to look like rot, don't you think? Rot, rot, rot. It's much brighter on the screen than it is in person. It's looking a bit dodgy in person. All right, let's cap that. Now, what else have I got here? I didn't do the walnut. Now, see, I don't know this. I have a little tiny, this might be black. Let's see what this is. This is one of those little tiny atomizers that you can purchase. Oh, here we go. It's not, that's all right, Ange. Guess I'm gonna have to empty that out and soak it. I think maybe it just pops in there. Well, I don't want it to explode all over. Let's say walnut. Let's put this back in there. I realize this is a really small dish, but I didn't really think about getting a bigger dish. So this would be a good use of using up some old scraps of fabric. Now these are going to be wet, right? So I've got my iron ready to go. I'm going to iron this and dry out a lot. Oh, see, now that's getting nice and dark. Look at that. Is that too dark? I'm trying to hide some of this pattern, maybe. I'm liking that walnut. I'm liking that walnut. Roll it in some coffee grounds. I don't have any coffee grounds. Would that give off color, Peggy, or would that just add like texture and grunge? Like would some of the grounds stick, do you think? I guess not permanently. Pardon me, I'm having a sip of my smoothie. Allie K, hello. Oh, instant. Well, instant I have. Hi, Allie. See, now this, I don't want too much of this lightness to appear. What time is it? I thought my husband would have gone to bed by now. Oh, 9:40. No, I guess not. You should probably be along in a little bit. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. Now, see, I've got this brighter green here too. This is called Inchworm. Inchworm, inchworm. There's a song. I forget how it goes. This is called Tattered Angels Chalkboard Glimmer Mist. Oh, this puts a nice little look of slime. All right, I'll get some coffee grounds in a minute. I know right where they are. How about that? How about it? How about it? It will dry later. Yes, yes, you are correct for sure. I didn't put the walnut, El Walnutto, in here on that lace. Oh my gosh, I watched this reel. It's this older woman with snow white hair. My hair is just not changing. My hair is just not getting white at all. And she's got this great big gun, like a Nerf gun. And you hear this fella say, "Grandma, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Look under there. I think there's a gun for you." And he picks it up and he's like, "This is a little gun." And she said, "Yeah, well, remember what happened last time?" So then they're running all through the house, looking in the closets, looking behind doors, like they're looking for an intruder. This kid, obviously like a grown-up kid, is laughing. I thought, oh my gosh, my grandkids would love doing something like that. The crazy old grandma. All right, now Peggy's just coffee ground, so I'm going to go get some. Just give me a moment to limp over, hobble over there. All right, now I know I should clean these off. Where do I have baby wipe? Clean the little nozzle, clean the little nozzle. Oh, that's that gravel. Cardboard. This one. Suede. This looks pretty sweet, huh? It almost looks like copper. Oh. Let's wipe this up. That's the beauty of this. You can wipe up all this jazz. Oh, see, look how nice that looks on the baby wipe. It looks like a moldy brown. Yes. All right, my coffee grounds are really right outside my studio door. This is what I was saying the other day that I used to dye my paper with. I just take some of these instant coffee grounds, put them in hot water, and make it really dark, like really intense, because that's how I like it. I don't really dye paper with tea. So just dump it in here, Peg. Peggy, I keep calling her Peg, and she's not Peg, she's a Peggy. Should I wet this? A little? Ooh, look at that. Oh, this is alcohol. This is the water. Oh, how about it, girls, huh? Ooh. And it smells delightful. Oh, yes. Of course, I won't be doing any hand commercials for a while. Dump some and start rolling. You can spray for more effects. Okay. Oh, look. Look, there's a big chunk and clump. I'm going to mush it. I think that was a technical term that Kelly Ann used. Is that what you use, Kel? Mush? I think it is. Oh, that's all. It's all twisted up. It will give the dirt look. Now this is looking sweet. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Now, of course, it was just, a piece of table runner, just like a muslin color. Splotch, splooch, splooch. Oh man. This is going to make my iron so messy. Lovely, lovely. All right, let's see. Let's see what this does to our lace. Works with paper too. Ooh, ooh. Well, does it now? Does it now? Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Where did I put that? Where did I put? Oh, see, I could use this. And Kellyanne, where did I put my tags now? Do we know where I put my tags now? All right, I'm going to spritz this with some water. I think it is spritzing. It is spritzing. Use parchment paper when ironing. Okay, I think I know where my parchment paper is, Peggy. Look. Oh, look at that. Let's see. How do you like that technique? Now, don't use the good stuff for this, okay, guys? Go to the dollar store or something. Get the cheap stuff. I kind of like what the alcohol did. This is like somebody just dug up the folks in this journal. I'm just kind of massaging this around. Of course, I could use this side. I like the plain the best for me. But I don't have a whole lot in the way of yes, Peggy says she always keeps Dollar Tree instant coffee in her craft stash. I'm telling you, Peggy knows what she's doing. She's got great ideas, and we'll say she's a seasoned creator. But I don't have a whole lot in the way of Halloween fabrics and stuff. I just don't. I don't usually roll that way. And then Jacqueline said, "Oh, I think you should look at it and maybe you could do something." Then I started looking at those gothic-y kind of images, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're really kind of cool. So, you know, 7 or 8 digital kits later, oh, a lava commercial. Oh, see, and I was thinking I wouldn't be able to do any hand commercials. Thanks, Kel. You have restored my hope. Okay. Okay, so I could belabor this, right? Oh, there it is, Kel. I haven't done it for days. Got my little circus song in my head. Don't know why. Wow, this is really sticky. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go to the sink and give this a little wash the stickiness off of my hands. I'm going to come back. I'm going to grab my parchment paper and then I'm going to iron this out and see if I can dry this enough. Oh, look how nice. See, that looks like slug juice right there, right? Slug juice. Meanwhile, let me talk to you about slug serum when we get back. I don't know a lot about it, but uh, it's a new thing that's just come into my view, if you will. All right, I'm going to just take this, go wash my hands. You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom too. Okay, so I'll just take like not even 5 minutes, but I think that's a good idea. I do it all in one fell swoop. Why are these cabinet doors open? Problem. The first part of this thing really. Okay, I gotta go, hon. I'm still streaming. I forgot something. I wanted to do the paper. So I brought my little dish back, my little petri dish back, and a wet paper towel. I forgot I wanted to. Peggy said this works good on paper too. So let's give it a go. Okay, thanks for hanging around, guys. All right, so put that in and let's give it a little spritz to moisten up that instant coffee. If you're just tuning in, this is instant coffee. Oh, I didn't grab my parchment paper. Oh my word. Nice. Oh, that's just so yummy. All right, now my book. I took my tags out and I put them right over here. Let's see if we can get some of this. Hey, Angela, some deliciousness here. Where's my little tweezers? What's taking place? I'm trying to create grunge and really fabric that looks like a mummy would have been wrapped in it. A mummy wrap. Let's hit this with a little more. Or I guess I could hit this with it too. This looks mummified, huh? How cool is that? Let's everybody cooperate here. I should have put on my little finger condom, I'm thinking. Where I have one here. Let's see. So I can mush this around. Whoosh. You heard the pattern companies are back? I don't know what that means. Like sewing pattern companies? I live under a rock. Ooh, that really is. Okay. Yeah, I'm washing my hands and I'm thinking, you dope. You didn't do the paper in the cardstock. Okay, one more. Consistency. Yes, some Michael's stores carry fabric, not all though. Of course, Michael's online sells fabric. Thanks, Ellie. Yes. All right. I think they'll serve me well. All right. I'm going to put this aside. Pray that it doesn't. I don't have an avalanche. Now I've got to make some more room here. Okay, so I've got this nifty little basket. Let me put my sprays back in the basket. Isn't that convenient? Nope, you're getting in there too. Thank you very kindly. Okay. Now, I want to get my ironing board up here. Boy, this stuff is sticky. This all jumped out of that little container. Clean up on aisle. Craft space. Look how cool that is. I need all that to dry. Okay, so this can go on the floor up there. And let's put these things up here where I want them. so I can dry them. I've got 2 different beverages here. Oh, I might have to ask Cubs to get me some more. Oh no, I had a bag under my table, up under my desk, fall over. Isn't that a surprise? Such a surprise. All right, parchment paper, I see it. Oh no, that's not it. All right, let's get this out of the way. Hey, honey, would you give me more ice water? Yeah. Okay. I don't want to roll over my cord. I hope this doesn't dry too. It's really pretty wet. Okay, I gotta shake and wake. Oh, Lori's husband. Yeah, have a cup. What, sweetie? What, hon? Do you have a cup? I do. Thank you so much. I feel very thirsty. I'm not sure why. All right, let's squish this up a little bit. So much. Talking so much. That's why I'm thirsty. You're probably right. I'm really not worried about keeping my iron clean because this baby's. Ugh. That fabric to dry. No, I gotta be able to see that. I don't want it. I don't think I want it crunchy. Thanks, honey. I appreciate it. Night. Ooh. Now that's not super dry. I'm gonna have to do it a couple of times. Let's just. Now, I've tried doing stuff like this other times and like throwing this, if I coffee stain it, or even tea stain it, into my dryer. Yeah, Hubs isn't a fan of that because I got the whole inside of the dryer dirty. Not, not good. Not good. So now when I was thinking about doing this and then thinking about wanting to put things on the fabric, the mummy fabric, I'm thinking about charms. Oh yeah, see that's sticking right to the parchment paper. Yeah, that's cool. Look how cool that is. Because I don't really have any Halloween type charms. I thought I could make them, right? If I had some shrinky dink stuff. Which guess what? I do. Haven't used it in a long time. So I tried one before I went live, but I think I had the wrong stuff. Now, I watched somebody online a while ago that said if you get the right kind of plastic, like containers, like takeout containers or something, that you can shrinky dink that, but I don't know what that is and I haven't really found it. Who's talking about Chinese? Yes, that would have been the smart thing to do, Stacy. Stacy says, toss your stuff into an old pillowcase and then put it in the dryer. She's she's makes a very good point. But no, fly by the seat of her pants in a big hurry. Hot shot didn't do that. Did not do that. Now this might not be totally dry, but it'll be dry enough, I think, to show you the idea of this, which I kind of did already, but I just felt like doing it again, doing it some more. That's pretty dry, and this stiffens this up some because see, there's like sugar in that coffee, right? There's something makes it kind of like starchy stiff. Fried rice, chow mein. I haven't had chow mein in years. General Tso's chicken, egg rolls. Nice. Nice. I had some wonton the other day and an egg roll. It's just looking a little. It's just looking a little peaked. I might want this more black, so I might just hit this at some point with a black spray or some black paint. But for right now, for tonight, I think this is going to have to do me. It's going to have to do. Buckle my shoe. Going to have to do. And a cold, cold Pepsi. Ah, Angela, you're my girl. Pepsi, yes. Oh, excuse me. Oh, do you ever wonder what Chinese food is like in China, though? When we had those Asian students live with us, they said our Chinese food was nothing like what they had at home. I guess we have Americanized it, you know? And I had a really cool fortune this time, and I thought, oh, that would be nice for like a quote in a journal, and don't know what to do with it. Don't remember it, just remember that it was cool. All right, so that's okay. Now let's see about this. This is really wet. Now, of course, you can let these dry naturally, but like I want to try to use them now, right? So the heck with that au naturel, right? Woo! Nice, nice. Parchment paper was a great idea, Peggy. Thank you. No, that's nice and crispy. Nice and crispy. The tacos are amazing in LA and Mexico. Oh, do you mean Louisiana? Mm, look at that. Look at that. That is so yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, I digress as usual. use less cheese. When we were in England, my husband kept saying, nothing has any flavor. Yeah, I said, yeah, 'cause all those chemicals we're used to. All that crap, all that processed crap. Angela says they don't even use cheese in the tacos. My friend Joyce loved a fish taco, and she could never get me to try it. She loved them. You know, I wish I had tried it. I mean, I could try it now, but it wouldn't be the same. She's passed on. Be right back. Oh, Brits cook. Yeah. Well, then they don't let they don't like their food be processed like we have allowed. So there's that. It's better for you. All right. So that's now this. Of course, you can see I stripped it and tore this into strips, but it's much wider. It's not wide enough. Like yuck all over it. And then my husband's back to trying to cut down again. He had lost about 40 pounds, and now he's wanting to lose some more. And he's not really heavy. He's got a little bit of a belly, but he's a tall man then, for the most part, you know. Got a little tush, skinny legs, and like a little bit of a pot belly. And he doesn't drink. It's just, won't eating. So he's been going back to the gym, riding his bike and whatnot, trying to watch. So he ate something the other night and he said, man, it just tastes like salt. And I said, well, when you change your palate, you become more, I think, sensitive to some of those things, right? So they taste a little more pronounced than maybe they did before. So I watch these girls on the reels that, I've lost 253 pounds. And then she, tells you different stuff that she eats. Or they advertise, and I know they're advertising, they're trying to get a sale for their sponsors or whatever. But their taste buds are shot because the stuff just doesn't taste good. Peggy said Ireland food is very clean. You have to buy small portions. Yes. But yes, those folks go to the market every day. Every day. It's just life. It's just normal. So this is, a little labor intensive here, guys. Hey, Dana, hi, nice to see you. Oh, look at that big chunk of coffee. Oh, you scared me, hon. I thought you already went to bed. Why?
Want to move these cushions? It's supposed to rain all day tonight, tomorrow.
Oh, tonight and tomorrow. Okay. All right, I think I'm coming down the home stretch here. So anyway, back to the shrinky dink. So I tried one, but I think it was the wrong plastic. So there's other stuff in my envelope. So I'm going to look at that in a minute too. And I'm going to see if I can shrinky dink a few things to attach to this cover. Wouldn't that be fun? I think it'd be fun if it turns out. Oh. Good night, Ange. Peggy, me too. She's dropping the phone. Oh my gosh, I do that so many times. I'm just like a kid. It's like I won't give in. This is like almost like it was starched. I'm kind of loving it. Kind of loving it. All right. So put this stuff all back out of the way. Put my little board down on the table. Now, the next thing, if I do the shrinky dink thing, I got to get rid of this because I don't want to shrink my plastic. So let's take this up. I've got a glass mat under here. So hopefully that will serve me well. And let's get some paper towels. Let's clean up a little bit of this. It's warm. I think it's warm here. My husband is always cold and I'm always hot. Go figure. Go figure. So now my hands, what did I do with that? Here we go. A nice big wet paper towel. I probably will see Ange later at Pam's. If I can stay awake. It's really sticky. Really sticky. It's a sticky wicket. All right. Now, somewhere in this mad mess of craziness, this is what I purchased, gosh, a couple of years ago. Art parts, clearly for art, modeling film, 3 8x10 sheets, which I'm sure there's not much of that left. Earlier, I tried to shrinky dink this. Look how horrible that looks. And this is clearly not the right substance, which I got out of my package. I think I was dreaming or wishful thinking. See, this has like a frosty side and then the shiny side. Now, these aren't, of course, 8.5x10, but maybe I cut them. And who knows, maybe I purchased something else along the way. You never know with me. You never know with me. This feels like domestic. I wonder if there are any instructions. See that? There's no instructions on the back of that. So we're just going to wing it, okay? Let's wing it and see what happens. I'm more hopeful with this because it has a filmy side to it. So, see, I think it should probably tell me. And I guess, oh, wait a minute. Here you go. Stamp or die. Cut a shape, heat to soften, then shape into clear dimensional embellishments. See, they're doing this flower here. I want to do that. Don't like what you create? It's simple. Just reheat and reshape it again. It's clearly for art. So, you know, they have things like that flower, this heart, this little bird. How cute is that bird? So what I'm thinking is I could do a bat shape very easily, right? Color the rougher side. Okay. I am so fortunate. I got Kellyanne. I got Peggy. Look at this, Dana. Dana knows so much stuff. Thank you, Dana. Because I was wondering what side would I draw on a color one. Because I'm thinking, look at this. If I take one of my little images here, one of my printouts, look, I could trace. And I could do the whole bunch or I could do a single, right? Color the rougher side, she says. Okay. So then I need like a little marker. So look, I just picked up the my Sharpie. So if maybe I should just start. I think that might be hard to do. Well, maybe not. All right, let's try. Now these, of course, will then look reversed. So I'm just tracing. Just tracing. Just a rough tracing of these little ghosties. Get their little eyes in. Oh, that's not so little. Just little shapes, just basic little shapes of these little ghosties. This one's got its little arm. Not really worried too much about that. But see, then I'm thinking I could come back in here with another marker and color in some of this. Like particularly the bottom part. Yeah, that's what I remembered, Dana. But when I tried to do that other plastic, it really didn't. And I remember it went pretty fast. Now, if I want to attach this to the front of my cover, I want something that I can put a pin or something on. So these guys could dangle down. So I'm just going to make myself a little thing there to kind of trim around so that I can put a hole in there. At least that's the idea I have. This may not work. And then I'm thinking I could do a bat. That's not the best bat, but hey, right? It's just freehand. So then I'll take my bigger Sharpie. I'm just going to color this in. And this I can put a hole in the one end. I should probably put a little head there. Good night, Brenda. It was nice to see you. Have a good rest tonight. All right, he's a little crazy looking, but it's just kind of all right. Now let's just see. I've got different markers and stuff in my drawer that I never use. Look, orange. Let's try. Let's see if I can get any. Oh yeah, orange. Oh yeah. Now the shrinky dinks that I made a while ago, I thought turned out pretty cool. I have them stored somewhere. Saw them. One of my little storage tubs. See if I can get more color to come down. There we go. Of course, that head's going to be clear, right? So I need to get some white in there. And I do have a white pen over here somewhere. Let's see if I can get this to work. This is Signa, I think. Signa Uniball. Oh, I put my finger in wet paint. Now there's a shock. I wonder if oh yeah, look, it's like layered. So you can see the little, my ghost eyes underneath. Oh good, so I'm just going right over that. That's making that hard to see. Okay. Somewhere I have a better white, like a Posca. I don't think I can pull one out that quickly. It's gonna work. Okay, a different color here, but I don't think this works any better. Let's see. See if I can get this one juiced up. Get out, they do, Dana? Oh, look, now I'm getting it all over my. Wow, I didn't know that, Dana. I'm gonna have to fuss around with that. I love my colored pencils. Oh yes, I love my colored pencils. Let's go this way. Now I'm assuming. Well, you know what happens when you assume, but I'm assuming I want to kind of trim around this basic shape so it shrinks, to the shape I want or close to the shape I want. Let's see. Yeah, they're pretty scary looking. Now I really got it's starting to dry. Mm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. This is probably not the best idea. I can see it somewhat. Maybe we should do the back first. What do you think? Dana says yes, trim it. All righty. I could have done better with this one for sure. I used to paint like the Batman bats on kids' faces. Kind of got out of the doing that. Okay, so I'm going to punch a hole in the one end here because I want to be able to attach a pin or something to this. What did Peggy say? Don't forget to, yes, poke a hole for a string. Yes, got it. All right, so let's do this one. I'll just make this all jaggy. This is, I'm trying to get a little closer here. Now, I should show you what I purchased from Aaron from the Adirondacks, which maybe I should do that because I've got it right here and it's just so fabulous. I know Peggy got at least one. I wanted more than one, but I was only allowed to get one. Look, these are shrinky dinks. How cute are these? Aren't they yummy? And then she just has them on little bulb pins. And then she put them on a little dangly clasp so I can attach that to something. I just love them, huh? Peggy was able to get in for a Halloween one, if I'm not mistaken. There was only one Halloween one. It was a hot item. All right, let's do this. Let's put these little thingies back out the way. Just going to use my heat tool. Now I've got a skewer, if you will. Skewer, wooden. Because if I remember correctly, once you start heating this up, this is going to like fly around as it shrinks. I guess I could do it on top of paper, right? I'm just thinking for you guys to be able to see better. The end of my skewer is not real round. Oh, good. Angie's in bed, right? She freaks out if you use any kind of a sharp instrument. Okay. I know, right, Peggy? Oh, look, I got paint all over. Shocker! All right, what happened to my bag? Oh, it's in my hand. No worries. And what time is it? Oh, it's only 10:30. Can't blame it on the time. All right, so I'm going to hold this, hopefully, still, and I'm going to put the heat on it. And hopefully it's the right stuff and it's going to shrink down. Now, I remember years ago, CK Art was messing around with something like this, and she had some kind of a thing to flat it. Dana says it will curl up and then flatten out. Okay, kid. I kind of remember that. All right, let's see. Now, I don't want this one. I'm not ready for this one to shrink. So let's get him out of the way. Just in case. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, see how flat, how fast it goes? Now, see, this is not the right stuff. It will stick to paper. Okay, honey. And your skewer, apparently. Colleen had some kind of a tool that was like a big flat. See, I don't think this is a big flat disc. And then she could, smush it while it was still warm and it would flatten out. It's still not that warm. But it says I could reheat it. I'm excited about those ghosts. All right, where's my... Here, I've got pins, I think. Here's one. I'm going to need two. Of course, a black pin would be great. Kind of made that back point maybe a little too pointy. So, I mean, you get the idea. It's not too bad, especially when you don't have any, if you have the stuff, especially when you don't have any, Halloween dangles. You could cut out small, pictures of something, right? You could, let's see, let's think of some other ideas that you could do. You could, stamp. I don't have any Halloween stamps either. I sold all that jazz because I don't really use them. I hadn't really used them. So now Dana says it will stick to the paper. So I'm going to move the paper away because this you can see a little better because there's some color on these here ghosties. And I put my bat up there. Now this is going to really heat the surface, but it goes quick. Once you start heating it, it goes real. Oh, geez, I just realized something. Oh, well. Here we go. Boy, it really does get small. I put that back. That was silly. These are a little crunchy. Oh gosh, I wish I had some stamps. They would really look cute. Like, I mean, I have stamps, but not Halloween ones. And take my time and color them in. These little ghosties' faces look like their mascara ran a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, so we've got 2 charms. I've got my mummy wrappings. Now I haven't done anything on the inside of this yet, right? So I've got my journal. And I've got my mummy wrappings. Here, let's just take this one. And we were thinking we'd let his eyeballs peek out, but this is still really kind of damp. But you'll get the idea. Wait a minute, I don't want to start that far over. Let's start on the edge here, which I guess I really could attach that to the edge. Kind of trying to wrap it like a mummy would be wrapped. It's silly. I know, I think I did too, Peggy. This little ghosty has to go away. All right, so let's pin this. It's my ghosty. Now, you don't have to do this, right? You could put buttons on here. You could put all kinds of stuff on here to decorate this wrapping, should you so desire. Certainly charms would be cute. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any. I might have a pumpkin or two. Charms. Now, this is damp, so I'm not going to leave this on here too long. So you get the idea, right? And then I wanted to do some. Now, if you got to cut out, cut out. But I feel still awake. So I was thinking I might do a tag. See, now look at all this little shrinky dink stuff here. Let's just see. I just dumped a bag of. Oh, here's some stamps. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything Halloweenish. Christmas presents. Oh, look, there's a cute little bee. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas is for. Look at him. I wonder if I could clean that off if I used alcohol. Where's my alcohol spray? Oh, I put it in the basket. Let's see. Let's just see. Maybe I could repurpose this. This is a rabbit trail, if you're unfamiliar. Ginger Pam says she's here. Oh, for it. Okay, let's just see. I don't know what side I might have colored on. Oh, it's starting to come off. Oh, maybe I'm dreaming. No, it's not. I'm so cheap. I don't want to throw that out. All right, let's see. I got this piece over here. So Dana says the rough part. Wait a minute. Let's get our towel. Just got to do another one. If I do this little snowman, I just need a nice little outline. Stays on. You can draw a pumpkin. Yeah, that's true. But I just am never. Oh, he's adorable. I'm just really never satisfied with my own drawings. My own drawings. Had to have this mug shaped like a pumpkin. Probably never drink out of it. Just gonna put crap in it. Just putting crap in it. Oh, that's true, Peggy. That's an idea. Because now I've got it all wet and alcoholed up. Did she say color it orange and yellow and it'll be good? Yeah, yeah, that would look cute. Yeah, for sure. All right, so this is the rough side. Where did I put that? Let's see if I can take a little more care. I'm trying to use a light stroke. Oh, you know what? I don't have any color pencils out here. Dana said color pencil works. That probably would be the smarter way to go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let's come around the outside here. Being very gentle and not trying to push down. So I don't want to scratch off the paint that I already put on, but this is drying up a little bit here. Let's see. I'm sure I could probably do paint too, right? I wish I hadn't sold all my stamps. I could get into doing this. See this. I like this. I think the color pencils I would really like. It's hard to believe I don't have any color pencils sitting here, isn't it? It's just hard to believe. Now, probably, okay, Kel, night, sweetie. I should have probably done the black underneath. What if I did the black on this side, Dana? Does that just burn off? I don't want to get outside the lines. Now I cut it here, and that it's got a sharp little spot there, and that doesn't feel so good. So if you buy something like this, just be careful. We don't want you getting hurt. Cut. I'm going to have to try the color pencil. This looks like he's starting to melt. Maybe if I let that dry. I think if I put another coat on there, it might scratch off the underneath part. I'm just thinking. All right, so this can be the carrot nose. Okay, I can't even stand myself right now. It's just so cute to me. All right. Now, I thought I saw here that I had a red pen that was like a micron kind of pen. Uniball. This is red. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. What's this? Oh, here we go. This is a Prismacolor. Red. Let's do the scarf. It's just hard to see. Little boxes. Hmm. Can you even stand it? I can't even stand it. Okay, so let's do red right in there. I'm going to have to find a green. Now, I wonder if the black is going to show enough. See how, because I would mess those up. The mouth. Would have put Dana to sleep. All right, so this, I don't think I have green sitting out here. Purple, I've got some purple. All right, let's see if I can find. This is a grabby. This is kind of a bigger tip. I might be able to do it. I need a second pair of glasses on top of my glasses. That's what I need. All right, so there's a little bit of green here. Me likes. So what do you guys think? Just leave the dots that were stamped on? I mean, that should show through, right? And then what Erin did was, if I am looking at it correctly, see, she added a little blip on each little piece. Well, not that one, but like this one, you can see where she added a little bump out where she could poke a hole. See on the, so I need a little bump out on his head when I cut it. Cut it out. Cut it out. Oh, my magnet didn't hold. All right, so let's get my Sharpie back out this way. And let's put a little thing like that. Gotta go to bed. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming in. Nice to see you, Peggy. Have a good rest. Take care. And I'm just going to finish this up. I won't do the tag. It's getting too late. It's getting too late. 11 o'clock. Okay. So now I need to trim it out. I think I want smaller scissors than what I generally use. Let's see. You gotta remember to poke a hole. Oh, I got that really close. That should be okay, I think. Got that really close. I'm wondering about his nose. If I could get in a little closer, you know? It's going to be really cute. See, I can see the scratchiness on his belly there. Can you kind of see that? I'm being a little persnickety, I think. And my red kind of looks pink. But see, I'm thinking like these little bits here, I could stamp those little bees. Like, see, I'm just like gonna probably gonna play with this tomorrow some to see what else I can make out of that scrap. Out of that scrap. All right, now I need my hole puncher. Not that big side. I want this little side. I don't have a real tiny hole puncher, which would be really nice. I think Erin uses. Oh, really, Dana? Okay. Yeah, let's steal her secrets. That little Erin. Okay, that was a little off, but that's okay. It's just my little hole to put my pin in. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to heat her up. It's going to go fast. It's kind of scary when it starts curling up because you think, ah, it's going to be ruined. Look at that's really curling up. Can you see? Oh my stars, he's so freaking cute. He's so little. You don't want to break this part. Oh, he's so little. He's so little. Oh my gosh. I am so hooked. Look, he's adorable. Oh my gosh, I love him. He's adorable. I just love him. I need a pin because I don't want him to get lost. All right, so wait a minute. I got this red ribbon here. Let's pin it. Let's pin him onto some red ribbon. Let's do this. Adorable times two. Okay, let's see. Let's cut this. This is just some seam binding, right? I don't need it too long. I just don't want them to get lost. I'm going to put a knot in the end. Put this on a pin. And I'm going to flip this up this way. Of course, these pins are not very sharp. Ugh. Can't get it to go through the fabric. Do you, Angela? Me too. What is that? You could put earmuffs next time and use the connectors as the hole. Or like Erin did, I could do you could do all kinds of things that go have to do with that. Well, this doesn't look so good. With snowmen, like you could do a stack of snowballs. You could do a winter hat. See, I had a winter hat in my stamps, or like you're saying, the earmuffs, and then do them all on individual pins, and then hook it to a like lobster claw clasp. He's adorable. I just love him. So I guess I'll let you go because if I stay on, then you're going to stay. You're going to stay up, right? This doesn't need to be the forever ending, non-ending stream. But I do want to mess with the tag, but I don't need to stay on. So I'm thinking I'm going to ink these edges and put some of this on here. Like that. And then I have my, maybe I'll cut out some of this or tear it. Oh, I should have. You don't need all of this. She said, we'll just watch somebody else. Good night, Cynthia. See, I was thinking if I did something like that, and then this, you know, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I had a very long nap this afternoon. I'm just remembering that. I'm thinking, why am I not tired? Hello. If I do this, just need to know where to put the glue, you know? I shouldn't be using this glue. I should be using this glue. It just shot all over. Ba, 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 ba. She's a mess. I just make a mess. Look what happened. Stuff fell into my avocado dye. Nah, there's a shock. There's a shocker. I'm going to get one of these. Oh, there it is. My little finger thing. That's a lot of glue, friends. A lot of glue for a very little piece of paper. That's silly. Silly, silly, silly. Retract, which I don't know. I've lost control. Retract. Oh, that backside looks pretty cool, huh? Let's see. Skirt, 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 skirt. Put this up. Cap. Here's the other cap. All right, so I want this to dry, and then I'll trim that off. And I don't want these to be too thick because they have to fit in those pockets in my journal. Oh, I just dropped my gluey rubber finger. Not good, not good. Where did I put my mummy? Mummy. There he is. She said it. That's what she said. What did I say? Should I have to delete it? Do I have to go? I don't mean to say anything not nice. See, so it's going to go in the pocket. Now, where's my little, here we go. My little ghosty book. Maybe I should do a little divot there. Okay, so I have my, oh, that's glue string or something. Oh, look, guys. Oh, I'm fine. Okay. Here we go. Now see how white that is? I need to darken that up. And that's not going to darken easy with, like, say, the ink. It just sticks out so much. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Could use a thicker marker, but then see, I'll end up getting it all over the place. I've got stitches there, so that makes it a little. Thanks, Angela. And then I want to put, well, see, this I could use out the top of my tag. Let's get a little chunk of this. Just going to tie it. Very rustic. You're a pristine little angel. I know you sound like a pristine little angel. In person with your cute little voice. With your cute little voice. Not a manly voice like I have. Just slicing this. That's probably not a good idea, Lori. Okay, let's see. Trim it up. Trim it up. This is very damp because I put all that glue, which was not a good idea, with horns. All right, let's trim this up. Oh, that's a lovely pumpkin there. Dare I pop this in? Dare I, dare I? Okay, that can't stay in there because it's too damp. It's got to come out to dry. But look, see, it's starting to come together. And then I'm going to wrap that crazy looking, I wonder if I could do a pocket with this. Maybe the back, that's the only good spot for a pocket. Let's get rid of this. If I tear this properly, I won't have that glaring white edge. Uh-oh. Now we're going to blame it on poor Becca. All right, I think I can trim this off. Don't use your fabric scissors. Make sure you use your paper scissors. And I can have a tuck spot on the back here. Lovely. This glue, I shouldn't use it, but it's so much easier to use. I have to find my little needle nose glue thing and clean it out. That's some of the problem. That's great. Let's take a little piece of, just take a little snippet of this. Just to make this a little more. I'll use the hot glue here. Let's look, I'm gluing my pages together without even knowing it. Oh, where do I have my other back over there? I need a little glue, a little glue stick, glue stick. I need a little glue stick. Oh, goodness me. I'll load it in here. I used to have a lot of like little trinket things, to glue on there, like spiders and Halloweeny bugs and bats and stuff like that. But I've used all that stuff up and gotten rid of it. You had the hiccups. Oh my goodness. Do you want me to scare you? Boo. So I need 2 more tags. I need to color that in. And then maybe, a couple of small things. I need, see now here I have a pocket, a little tuck spot. So where is one of my little ghosties? Here. Let's trim this out. Well, this one's got paint on it. This is a little large. What's the little large? That'll work. And then I did print out some words, but I don't think there are any Halloween words, if I am remembering correctly. Of course, I've got everything buried. What did I do with those words? I may have to wait because I don't know where I put them. That's so surprising and so unlike me. There's my inks. Might be under here. Yep, there they are. Move on. Barefoot in the grass. Pumpkin spice. There you go. Oktoberfest. Here we go. Pumpkin spice. Pumpkin pie. I could put something right in here. Noonday naps, autumn leaves, fall, Halloween, spooky. I could put spooky right there. Oh, here's some bigger ones. Spooky, enchanting fantasy, together, laugh, dance, onward, follow stars. Beguiling, magical. Journal. Oh, mysterious. Let's do mysterious. I just saw it. I just saw it. Okay. Ah, I don't cap this glue and then it just. That might be a little large. Okay, let's trim this. Because of course I could have crooked it. Of course. Dana said good night. Bye, lady. Gotta try to get rid of the heck. Oh. There, that works. Gosh, why am I so thirsty? What did I? Oh, I know. Hubs made French dip for dinner. It was that. Excuse me, au jus. That was a little too maybe salty. I want to save those bits. So I'm going to put Spooky there. I got to wipe its nose because it explodes. So much wasted glue makes me crazy. Well, there's just 6 of us left. I've put everyone to sleep. Spooky. Mysterious. That could go there. I was thinking over here, but maybe here on the mantle. Maybe I'll just do it on the mantle. Could I put it on the mantle? I put it on the mantle. All right, I'm liking the way this has turned out. So I just got a few things left to do. 2 more tags to build. They'll go quick because Peggy gave me that great tip to color the paper of the tag. So that's very yummy. Boy, that looks... Woohoo! Maybe I should just do a... Oh, see, this doesn't... If you use the right tool, sometimes your life is a little easier. Just saying. That could work. Maybe I could find a little button or something. Wish I had some of that cobweb stuff left. I might have some of that put away somewhere. I've lost the cap. Joyce, did you see my snowman? Here it is. Boop. We did a rabbit trail. I did a little shrinky-dink snowman. All right, so 2 tags left to do. I put a card back in there. 2 more tags, and then this cover will, let that dry really well. I should hang that over my camera arm. Ooh. So that will dry, and then I can wrap that up, and this could be done. I think I got a lot done. Well, it's almost 3 hours. That's long for me. Thanks, guys, for hanging in. Did you see it? Okay, good. I thought he did turn out cute too. All right. So, Pam, I'll probably see you a little later. I think I'll be awake for a little while. I don't know how long I'll last. And yeah, that's it for me. So thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. Replayers, I appreciate you so much. Please, if you could, like, subscribe, and share would be fabulous. Oh, look, see, I'm looking at this flower to do a shrinky dink flower. So yeah, I'm going to say good night, sweet dreams, and maybe I'll see you at Pam's in a little while. But until the next time I see you, take care of yourself, all right? And do some art. Don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Good night.